Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Tuesday, April 13th. And off to an interesting start this morning. Please do say hello. Good morning, Judith. On the 8-tick crude, pick up our first trade at 903.39 with the long from 60.36. That with 60.46 is the money management. Target 1 is 60.47. We came up and hit 60.47 on the nose 2 bars later, then quickly back down to 1 tick stop out at 60.37. So 11 ticks on target 1 and 1 on the trailer. And that is a POQ one and done this morning. Good morning, John. And we lost. Did I lose somebody? Okay, there we go. Now they're coming back. So crude is one and done this morning. Unleaded gas, the initial trade, which would have been this short, but I suspect that came through too fast to catch. And it was a 1 tick break even anyway, which actually, if you were able to catch that short, then you pick up the long and a 1 tick break even. That's actually a POQ, but I'm assuming that the initial short was untradeable based on the way that's going through. It was an 18-second bar, but it was just straight down, it looks like. No wick at all on the top side, on the upside. So I'm assuming that the long was our first trade. That's a 1 tick break even. Then we pick up the short at 917.45 from 98.12. That picks up a target 1, bounces off the 200 moving average. Or we haven't got, we got target 1, but that's not a take profit level. So we are trailing now at 97.92. And we've gotten as high as 97.90, so we've come within 2 ticks of the stop, but surviving so far. So that's where we are there in the short. Pound Aussie, trade a day, trade from 8054 at 8:30, just before 8:32. Coming down, hitting all 4 targets, trailing down to 8016 on my chart. I believe 8018 on trade a day. But that's just minor data difference. My balance line was moving down a little bit quicker. So a one and done session on the pound Aussie this morning. So crude is done, pound Aussie is done, and we did stop out at 97.92 on unleaded, and that is a POQ there as well to money management trades. So both of our energy charts and the pound Aussie are done. So let's put up the euro yen, and it's in a trade. It's in a long from too early, so waiting for a new setup there. And we have somewhere between 1 and 2 minutes before market open. Russell made a significant up move. Now it's back up at its session open from yesterday evening. And the YM is flat. So both are flat, so we're looking for our first trade setups. Soybeans has a get in sync here at 1386. On the short, actually you can take that at 1386.50 because the 1386.0 was chasing down because the system was tracking that as a stop and reverse, and it didn't become valid until the price had already moved down through the entry. So 86.50 would be our actual. That's right at the 50 EMA. Actually, moving the 86 even is probably a good place to be, keeping a couple of ticks below the 50, and going and hitting the stop. So that trade is off the table. So flat on soybeans. We have an SMA long on the Russell at 32.1, I believe. Yeah. And given the pre-market up move, that's not a bad trade, I would say. Also with a long just below the 200 EMA there at 563. EMA is at 565. I'd go to 566 for that. Make a 3-tick adjustment and get a tick above the 200. Maybe even a 4-tick and get 2 ticks above. Maybe 567 on the YM. Money management and target 1 on the Russell. If you're taking profit at target 1, if you choose to take profit at target 1 on the 1.5 point momentum, that is a 38 tick target 1. And now pushing on up toward target 2. The stop is at 32.2. YM has not triggered yet. We have one close below the balance line. Nothing new on the... And there's a new short on soybeans. $13.89 and triggering in. So we are short on soybeans, and we're approaching target 2 on the Russell at the session high of 22.38, and there it is, target 2. So definitely going to be a POQ on that DSMA trade for those using the diamond level SMA setup. Otherwise, if you're trading strictly the gold level setups, you're waiting for your first trade. But that is exactly the kind of setup where you've got a strong move, it pulls back into the 20 and continues up. Those are the kinds of setups that trade is designed to pick up. And stopping out on the Russell at 36.7. So we had 38 on target 1 or 59 on target 2. So 46 on the trailer, so a nice one and done there. First trade for those using the gold level is the short, and that's a pullback into the 20. I really would like to see that go up, test the highs again, but testing the balance line and then coming back down after the 20 had come up through the entry is possibly sufficient. And if you took that, we're getting very close to the money management. And there is money management. Or no, there's money management. Just spiked down through again. Target is 33 even. And we got exactly to that. So if you're using target 1, that's going to be that's a POQ there, or will be a POQ trade if you're using target 1. Target 2 is down at 31.3. Target 1 was 29. Target 2 is 46. And our stop at 35.6. And looks like soybeans took a full stop and reversed to long at the natural stop, 92.25. Soybeans has not been doing good to us on one and done lately. And YM, never triggered in the long, now has a short at 5.17, 5.18. And that's a sizable trade. There's money management at 4.86, target at 4.82. And no trades this morning so far. We're actually just coming into our trade window. Have just gotten into our window on the micro ES catapult. Money management on the YM. 517 for the stop, and we did hit target 1, so that's going to be a one and done as well on the YM this morning. 36 ticks. The Russell stopping out on its initial short. If you're using target 2 for money for take profit, then you are taking this next short at 31.9. Money management is at 28.5 and target at 26 even. Since if you're using target 1, you're already POQ, so I'm not going to look at target 1 on this trade. So there is the Russell trade. The YM is in its POQ trade for the morning. If we get to money management, this will be a POQ trade for the Russell as well. Pausing at the session open. And the YM continuing to push down a little bit, very slowly. And money management on the Russell, so that will be a POQ there as well. Questions this morning? Questions or comments? And successful session this morning. POQ on 5 charts so far. Target 2 on the YM. And target 2 on the Russell, so definitely a POQ there. The Russell stop at, looks like 30.6. No, 30.3, excuse me. Now down to 28.1. Oh, it was high. That's where I wasn't seeing it. It was hiding in the session open. YM stop at 491, hitting target 3 as well. New session low on the YM. $27.1 for the Russell stop. Also going through target 3. And 486 for the YM stop. All right, things slowing down a bit. 26.6 for the Russell now. Looks like it's pushing down again a little. It paused a bit at the coming back to test the 200 EMA. And 476 for the YM stop. We got about 15 minutes to wait before the 10 a.m. crude session. 25.1 for the Russell stop. It's approaching target 4. Soybeans initial trade was a 42 tick loss, not a large trade. And we have targets at now on the long at 94.50, 96, and 97.25 for 9, 15, and 20 pips. And our stop is at 88.50. And the Russell going through target 4. The stop moves down to 23.8. And the YM stop to 468 now. It's also approaching its target 4. And the soybeans hitting target 1 for 9 ticks. And that brings us to money management. Our stop will come up to 92.50. And our next target is 13.96 even. Soybean setting new session highs and has gotten within just a couple of ticks of the target 2. So and our stop is at 92.75 now. We actually are trailing the balance line. And the Russell did stop out at 220.4, 220.6, I'm sorry. And that completes the Russell this morning. So it looks like the gold level traders trading to target 2 got a real bonus this morning, picking up that really strong short. that neither the gold or diamond level traders taking the earlier long trade or the target one traders picking up POQ on the prior trade. But that highlights you stick to your trade plan and trade every day with the same trade plan because you don't know what's going to happen. And we did hit target 2 on soybeans. Hit that right on the nose again, as we did with target 1 initially. So that is 24 ticks so far on targets. On soybeans, that puts us down 18. So if we can get to target 3, we will be at POQ. And the stop just moved up to 93.25. Target 3 will put us positive on its own. And if we can get the trailer up to 10 ticks, that will also put us positive. So basically, if we can get the trailer up 1 tick beyond target 1, that will put us positive and at POQ, as will reaching target 3. And the YM stopping out of its short also. So 1 and done there. It stopped out at 458. A nice session there. So we will wait for 10 o'clock for the crude session. No trades on the Catapult on the Micro ES this morning. No trades so far on the Euro Yen. And 2 ticks from target 3. Soybeans is on a bit of a grind upward. Stop to 93.50 now on soybeans. So that is 5 ticks. If we get within 1 tick of target 3, I would protect the position by at least moving the stop on that position to target 2, which would put us POQ. And we just got within 1 tick, so I would move the target 3 stop, or the position 3 stop to at least target 2 at 1396, and in combination with the trailer, that will put us positive, and I believe we just hit the target anyway. Yes, target 3 achieved, so we will be POQ on this trade. And stop now to 94.25. Brett, the only things that we've noticed with Brett Beige Book is very often the markets tend to be very, very slow and just noisy on Beige Book days. They tend not to move very well. But there again, that's where you rely on trade. You can either test for it, but since it doesn't happen that often, it's only about once a month. It's hard to get enough data to really know. And conditions, market conditions from one month to the next are so very much different. So the best bet there is just stick to your trade plan. Yeah, that's all. What Troy's experience with Beige Book is, they tend to be slow days. Soybeans at 13.95 for the stop. That's 11 ticks. And that puts us at least 13 ticks positive on the day for soybeans. $95.50 for soybean stop. Up to 15 ticks. So almost a $200 day so far. And about 3 minutes to our 10 a.m. crude session. Now this long at 60.28 is a get in sync. It's a valid get in sync trade for the 8 tick crude, or the 8-cent momentum bar for our mini session. So when we get to our start time at 10 a.m., we can put in an appropriate order there if that's still a valid trade. And it looks like we maybe this is hit the 10 o'clock bar, which is the end of this particular trade session, but I usually will give it 1 bar if it sets up a trade on the last bar of the time window. One more minute to our 10 o'clock session. On crude, and also a possible trade on the micro ES. And there is our start time. And crude triggers in just after our start time, so that and we also got the long trade on micro ES. Crude looking for money management at 40. And hitting it. So our stop comes up to 29. Getting as high as 41 with target at 42. Soybean stop up to 96.50 now. And the micro ES trade approaching its first target as well. At 41.26. Target 1 achieved on crude. Now it remains to be seen if we can make target 2. So that will be a POQ 10 a.m. session. And soybeans stopped out at 96.50. And that ends the session for soybeans. 2 trades in positive with a target 2 winner. Full loss and in all 3 targets and a target 2 plus trailer gets us positive on the day. Micro ES missing target by 2 ticks. And looks like crude missed its target 2 by 1. Oh. Yep, missed it by 1. Stock remains 29, but we'll go up on the next bar. Well, actually, no. Right now, it won't. Not unless it goes up high. We get up above that swing at 49. Which we're not going to do on this bar, but it'll take another bar then to get us moving up anymore. We'll work through this trade and see where the micro ES goes. But basically, that's going to be about it for this morning because those are the only 2 charts still active. And there's our first possible trade of the morning on the euro yen is a short at 130.31. Actually, that would come down to 130.29. Key level adjustment around the 10-cent level. or the 10th point. And crude not able to work up through the 60-50 level. And stopping out for a single tick. So that ends the session for the 8-tick crude. And so far, the micro ES hasn't gone anywhere, nor has the Euro Yen. And slow motion now. There's one close above the balance line on the euro yen. Interesting that the Russell and the YM are both just coming off of session lows, and the micro ES is at session highs. That's interesting. Something doesn't look right about that setup. That's what's wrong. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah, that entry should have been at 130.32. So that puts money management at 130.20. All right, going sideways. Micro ES going very much sideways. Drifting slightly down compared to the Russell and the YM moving up. So the Russell ES is out of sync with the Russell and the YM this morning. Sorry, I keep covering up the comments. Just checking to make sure nobody had asked any questions. Now's a good time for them. All right. POQ means power of quitting, John. Which is the POQ rules are designed to get us to our goals and out of the market without incurring additional risk. Power of quitting for most of the charts, basic power quitting rules are 2 money management trades or 1 trade to profit target, being target 1 or target 2 depending on the chart. So that's what I've been referring to when I would say POQ. Crude, we target 1 is our profit level. Crude and the YM are target 1. Russell is right now we're following the 1.5 point range. that's big enough. It could be either target 1 or target 2, whichever you choose. So that's what POQ means, and what the rules, why the rules are in place. I mean, once we reach our goals, we want to get out of the way and not keep risking our money and give back the profits that we've earned. And that's part of your testing. All right, still nothing doing. Let's see if excuse me. And micro ES getting to its target and money management, 41.26. So that is going to be a successful session on the micro ES. Take profit at each of the 4 targets there. Okay, we came down. We got the second close above the balance line, so the short on the euro yen canceled. So no trade to take right now. And there is our stop at 23.50. On the micro ES. And I believe that stopped out. Yes, it did. So that is complete. So that, folks, I believe brings us to a close. The only thing left is the euro yen, and it just stopped out of its long trade and is currently flat, so, and nothing to do there. So it's going to be at least one more. No, it's going to be more than that before we get another trade. So I don't think we're going to get a set of exhaustion dots yet. So with that, unless there are other questions, that's pretty much a wrap this morning. We will see you folks back tomorrow. I haven't touched base with Troy yet today to see if he's going to be in tomorrow or not, but one of us will be. So until tomorrow and the regular session and the crude oil report, everyone have a wonderful afternoon, and we will see you on Wednesday.